Hey, everybody. Welcome, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. How are you guys? Let me share. I love it. Come on in. I'm super excited for this word today. If I'd said this word on today, my girl would have been mad with me. Why are you saying on today? Y'all come on in. And let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Hey. That looked like it might be Mike. I don't know. Let me know, Mike. Y'all let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. This promises to be a good one, Anytime you start talking about truth, there are always these questions. Whose truth? What is truth? Where did your truth come from? Well, today, what God really impressed in my spirit is to talk about some truths that I'm experiencing right now. Now, they may not apply to you, and I totally get that, but some things that are really hitting me, some truths that are really hitting me. Hey, Britt, how you doing? Gorgeous. Girl, you know you need to be a darn hat model, girl. You rock a good hat. I love it. So you guys, truth is, I've not been on social media as much as I normally am, right? And some people may be wondering, Dr. V, where are you? What's going on? And I want to tell you, listen, I've been on a journey of self-healing, a journey of being present in the moment, a journey of really tapping in to God, tapping into his freedom, his liberty, and really freeing myself of all of the stuff, the junk that has been used to control me, manipulate me, make me feel some type of way throughout life. And I'm not talking about people necessarily intentionally doing this, but I'm talking about systems and organizations that make you feel a certain way if you look like this or do this or whatever it may be. So God has just had me on a journey of freedom, right? So how appropriate that Juneteenth was just this past weekend. I modeled in a fashion show. And, one of the things that I've discovered about modeling for me is that modeling allows me to tap into that side of me that is truly just a fashionista. Like, I love fashion. I love clothes. I love, rocking things that are different, that are new, that, are put together in ways that people normally wouldn't put them together. I'm not basic at all. So you're not really going to see me wearing a lot of basic stuff. I'm always going to find a way to make something stand out or wear it in a way that's different than the way other people wear it. That's just me. Truth is, I'm different. The truth is, I am different, and I am unapologetically different. I'm not like everybody else. I don't feel like I've got to fit in with everybody else. The truth is that my difference means that I am truly just being who God created me to be, because guess what? He created us all different. All of us are different. All of us have unique things about us, and there should be a freedom to be different. Right? The problem is, so often people, places, situations, and things want to make us all fit in a mold because it is easier, it is more comfortable, it's less challenging to deal with. But the truth is, we're same makeup women, and it doesn't look the same. Like, we can wear the exact same shoes and they don't look the same. See, you've got to get to the point where you're comfortable with being different. I'm different. There's a song that says, I'm different. Yes, I'm different. I'm different. Yes, I'm different. You've got to be able to embrace being different. Embrace the difference that God has created in you. You're not like everybody else. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Truth is, when people try to be like other people, they find themselves miserable. Why? Because they're not them. Eventually, you will show up. You will show up, the real you. The you that you try to suppress and try to hide because you're afraid of how people are going to look at you, how people are going to see you. I'm different. Truth is, that difference makes some people uncomfortable. It just does. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my difference making someone else uncomfortable because at the end of the day, I'm not responsible for their comfort. It's not my job. It's not my job to make sure you're comfortable, that you're good, that you're okay with me and how I show up. No, it is my job to be the me that God has created me to be, unapologetically. If you are uncomfortable with that, that's not my issue. That's not my problem. That's yours. And I'm not going to take it on. There was a time when I would have taken it on. There's a time when I would have tried to make you feel comfortable with my difference. There absolutely is. And so if you find yourself in that place, I get it. I understand, because the reality is that we like for people to be okay. I just want you to be okay, right? But what I discovered was my greater concern with their comfort than my truth created something that was problematic for me. Now, why am I creating a problem for me? Because of your discomfort. That's foolish. That's just foolish. So I decided I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Unapologetically not doing it. I'm not even going to say I'm sorry that I'm not doing it. You all, listen. This journey that we're on, there's a reason that God chose us for our journey. There's a reason that God chose us for our journey. And the truth is, we are uniquely equipped for the journey that our destiny, our purpose has called us to. Uniquely equipped. Uniquely. You see, I know we just celebrated Father's Day, right? There's a reason that your father's DNA and your mother's DNA was chosen to create you, because there was something about that specific DNA combination that God needed in the earth. God needed you, the unique you, the you that you were created to be, not the you that you try to be to pacify everybody else, to make everybody else feel good. No. I'm talking about the DNA that your father deposited in your mother's womb and that met that egg and created you uniquely, differently, right? So why in the world do we try to change everything about us because somebody doesn't like it? I remember growing up and my lips have always been big. I've always had big lips. Facts. Just always had big lips. I haven't always been comfortable with my big lips. Okay. So when I was growing up, I always had big lips. And I remember people teasing me about my lips and how big my lips were. Oh, they called them soup coolers. You know, they said, oh, lips. You know, they talked about my lips. My family teased me about my lips. People poked fun at me about my lips. And let me tell you what I realized as I got older. When people like Julia Roberts started paying to get my lips, then my lips became in. The truth of the matter is my lips have been in from the time that I was born. Like my lips were in, right? Society might not have thought they were in, because society might have said, no, your lips need to be thinner. But my lips are my lips. My lips are big. I don't get collagen injections for my lips. I don't have to do anything for my lips to show up like they show up. Now, one of the crazy things about all of this, as much as I hated my lips growing up, I love my lips now, and people love my lips. They're like, oh my God, your lips. It's the lips for me. But I didn't realize that my lips were a unique gift from God. So you're sitting around and you're concerned and you're worried about something that makes you different. But what I'm telling you is that difference is a unique gift from God. If you choose to use it, if you choose to exercise it, if you choose to recognize it. But the truth is, many of you won't recognize your gifts because you see your gifts as a curse and your curses as gifts. You see your gifts as a curse and your curses as gifts. Now, some of y'all will catch that later on today. You might catch it tomorrow, maybe next month. But I'm just telling you the real. And when you understand that, you stop trying to force yourself to fit in a mold that was not created for you because you can't fit. It's just like certain clothing lines. Certain clothing lines just were not made for everybody, right? There are jeans that I remember I could not wear Gloria Vanderbilt jeans because Gloria Vanderbilt jeans were built for women with a certain body type, and it was not my body type. It was not my hips and thighs. It was not my booty that was big, right? It wasn't made for that. It was made for women with a particular shape. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because everybody is created how they're created. That just is. Now, I know that in this age of self-improvement, surgery, people will go, they'll get booty lifts, they'll get implants, they'll do all of these things to enhance their appearance. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, if that's what you need to do for you, you'll do that. That's your business. But what I'm telling you is this. I think a lot of what we experience now is a result of cultural pressures. Culture saying what you should look like. And check this out. That changes over time. If you go back and you look at the fashion world, look at life period, they're always changing stuff. 1 minute it's this, and then next year they discover something, and now it's that, right? 1 minute this is in, and then you go a little further, and that's out. No, you can't wear that. No, you don't need to look like that. That's not the body to have. Right now, big booties is the bomb, right? We've been in a season where big booty girls is a good thing. But I can remember when it wasn't. I remember that. But now it is. You understand? So everybody want a big booty. Everybody want a tiny waist. Everybody wants these things. Everybody wants the Instagram model body. Some of that stuff is not even real. Some of that stuff is so fabricated. Some of that stuff is so photoshopped that the people, when they see them in real life, they don't even look like that. But if you will understand that the truth is that you are fearfully and wonderfully made just the way you are. If you never change anything, if you never get a surgical procedure, if you never Photoshop a picture, if you never use a filter, you're perfect just like you are. God created us. God created us to be unique and to be different. Now, I don't know who this is for, but this is what I'm going to tell you because that's all I can do. If there's something about you that you don't like, that you desire to change, but all you do is complain about it, that too is a problem. Because can I share something with you? So listen, I have friends who've had various surgeries. It could have been the weight loss surgery. It could have been, booty implants, anything, right? So this is the thing. Even after the surgery, they will often still see themselves flawed. Even after they've done what they felt like, if I do this, then I'm going to be good. They still saw themselves as flawed, right? Because there's this whole thing that our mind has to go through. And so you've got to understand that just simply changing something in the physical doesn't automatically change what's going on in the mental or the emotional or even how you see yourself. When you understand that, you move a little differently. I need you guys to understand that what God is doing in this season requires us to be able to see ourselves and be naked and unashamed. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and y'all, truth of the matter is, I don't like clothes. I have never liked clothes. I don't like clothes. That's why I'd rather be hot than cold. I don't like clothes. I don't like feeling restricted and constricted. I just don't like it. So yesterday, I just was so, I don't know. I had on a little tank top that had a tag in the back that kept rubbing my back. When I got home, I could not wait to just take all my clothes. I just wanted to be naked. I said, I cannot wait. And a friend of mine was laughing at me. He said, you done went all day and now you just can't wait. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, there was something about the constriction that it irritates me. It agitates me. It frustrates me. So after being in clothes all day, I want to get home and take them off. I just want to be free. I just want to be free. And the reality is that freedom includes a freedom from judging myself to the point where I am putting myself in restraints that I don't have to be in. I'm binding myself in ways I don't have to be bound. The word of God says where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. There is freedom. When you are in something, anything that is so constricting that it feels like it's squeezing the life out of you, it probably is. It probably is. And then it is up to you to take ownership. I was having a conversation with one of my adopted children, and I was saying, hey, this is how I feel about this, and these are the changes that we need to make. And she said, well, Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel like it's not your fault. See, I have to own, and you have to own responsibility for boundaries that you've blurred or not set. That's on you. That's not on other people. Other people do what you allow them to do. If you allow it, it's going to be done. If you don't want it, if you don't like it, if you don't like the way it feels, then it's up to you to stand up and say, I know that up until now that this has gone like this, but I need to make an adjustment because this isn't working for me. See, that's the problem. We are often afraid of losing relationships to the point that we won't tell people when stuff isn't working for us. So they don't know that we frustrated. We talk to other people about it. Yeah, can you believe they did that? Well, can you believe you let them? Can you believe you allowed it? Can you believe you allowed it and now you sitting up complaining about it? So who's really the problem? Is the problem really them? Is the problem you? I would contend that the problem is us. If we are out of whack because of something that is going on in our life and we don't change it, that's not the other person's fault. That's our fault because we need to do what we need to do. So what are you going to do? Truth is, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. It's up to you to take control, to take ownership of your life, your feelings, your thoughts, all of those things concerning you. And if you don't like something, change it. You don't like your body, change it. You don't like your health, change it. Now, y'all may be saying, well, Dr. V, I can't change it. This is just who I am. Well, there are some things that are just who we are. I can't change my height. Well, I can. I put on heels and I'm taller, but I cannot make myself shorter. Like I can't. And if I try to do that, then I'm going to end up with probably some back problems or something because I tried it. I tried like stooping down, like slumping over so that I wouldn't be so tall because I was taller than all the boys. Like I was just like, I'm over this. Why do I have to be so freaking tall? And to this day, shorter men love me. And I'm like, why do y'all love me? Okay. There's some things you can't change, but there are some things you can change. Those things that you can change, if you don't like them, change them. How much you don't like them will really show up in what you're willing to do to make those changes and adjustments. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go get surgery because you don't like your butt. I'm not saying that because, you can do that, but you can also work out and create change through working out. I absolutely, like my butt got so flat after Corona and I lost weight and, I'd been on a weight loss journey and it just started flattening out. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. Where did it go? No. And then I started working out again. I allowed myself to pick up some weight. It's just a certain weight that I got to have in order for my body to be proportioned the way I need it to be proportioned. Then I can work on the other stuff, right? But it's not about losing the most weight. It's not about weighing the least. It's about creating the look for my body that I desire. So you've got to understand that if you can change it, it's in your ability to change it, and you don't, that's on you. Then get comfortable with you. There are some things that I just am comfortable with. I've had to get comfortable with. There's something about being able to be naked and unashamed, right? Which is how we were originally created. We were not created to feel shame towards our body at all. It is not God's desire for us to live like that. But society, culture, the media, our thoughts, our expectations have created that in our lives. And the truth is that you can even change that. How do I change that, Dr. V? Change your thoughts. Change your declarations. What are you saying out of your mouth, right? I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am the apple of God's eye. You know what I'm saying? So then when I look at myself, I understand that even with my flaws, even with those things that are perceived as imperfections, even if I'm the one and the only one perceiving it as imperfections, I still am perfect in God's eyes. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. There were no accidents in my making, right? God created me uniquely, fearfully, wonderfully. And I can embrace that, and you can too. The truth is, if you don't embrace who you are, how do you expect other people to? Today, I just wanted to share some truths with you. I want you to know that you are absolutely amazing, just like you are. If you never change anything, you're still amazing. If you never change anything, you're still special. If you never change anything, you know God still loves you, and so do I. But if you desire to change something, change it. Don't be worried about what people are going to think, what people are going to say. Because the reality is, it's not about them. It's about you. Listen, you guys, I just need you to know that there's a plan for your life. And if God has given you big dreams, don't give up on your dreams. Even if the vehicle you use changes, don't give up on the dream. There's a reason that God has given us the dreams that he's given us, the desires and the passions that he's given us. There's a reason for it. Don't lose that because it's taking longer than you thought, or doesn't look like you thought, or doesn't feel good all the time. Listen, true change requires discomfort, yours and sometimes other people's. But that's the cost. If you want the result, are you willing to pay the cost? Just questions. Truth is, only you can answer that. I can answer for me, but you have to answer for you. And the truth of the matter is this: I'm willing to endure the discomfort, ridicule, mockery, other people's, evaluations and judgments to become everything that God has created me to be, to impact the lives that he's created me to impact, and to do it unapologetically. Listen, I encourage you to get comfortable with you. I love you guys to life, and life more abundant. Have an absolutely amazing day. And if you're trying to figure this thing out and you haven't quite gotten it, hit me up and let's do a strategy session, a breakthrough strategy session for you. Go to Get Free, Get Balance with Dr. V. Oh, that sounds like another one now. I might need to do that. Get Balance with Dr. V.com, getbalancewithdrv.com. Schedule your breakthrough strategy session. It's not just for women. It's not just for men. It's not just for young people. It's not just for older people. It's for anyone who is ready to get some balance in their life because they feel off kilter, right? You have success in this area, but this area has gone to hell. No, that's not what our life was created to be like. Let's get some balance in our life. Let's get it in alignment, and let's live our best life yet, right? I love you guys to life, and life more abundant. Schedule your breakthrough strategy session. Let's get your breakthrough. You'll be blessed. Mwah.